it's Julia and welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm here to talk about some of my favorite fantasy books. If you guys have been here, you know that I'm not a huge fantasy reader. I tend to steer more towards urban fantasy and just fantasy of that sort. I'm not really a fan of high fantasy, so if you're into like the super high fantasy, probably not the place to be, so I apologize for that. But I'm more of, if you're starting out with fantasy or you're interested and you're new to the genre or you're new to reading in general, this is where I would start. This is where I started. This is where I'm at. Basically, I have a stack here to share with you guys, and I know these are a lot of popular releases, so I'm sure if you read a lot and you're very caught up on all the fantasy in YA at the moment, then you've probably read all these. But I thought I'd share it with you guys anyways to talk about some books that I quite enjoyed. And yeah, so let's jump right into it. Here I have Shatter Me by Tanara Mafi, which is about a girl who basically her touch is lethal. If you touch her, you will die. This place called the Reestablishment, this corporation has a plan for her. They take her in basically as a weapon, and it's about Juliet, and she starts off the book really vulnerable, but throughout the series she grows as a character, and it's about her and the people she meets, and there's some guys involved. Warner, my boy, okay. And if you guys have heard the announcement, this was originally a trilogy, but it's getting 3 more books, which I'm super excited for. I read the series such a long time ago and I absolutely loved it when I read it, so definitely check it out if you haven't already. Next book I have here is one that I kind of recently read. I just read it last year, and that is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, which this book is super hard to explain, and I would recommend going into it not knowing much. But basically it's super character driven. It deals with psychics, and there's this group of boys, and it's just a family of psychics too, and then this girl meets all these boys and then she befriends. It's such a good series, such a good book. I haven't read the rest of the series. I would highly suggest it. I love the characters, and it's just such a beautiful writing style. I definitely suggest picking this up if you haven't already. I have one that is bashed a lot on the internet, but that is The Selection by Kiera Cass, which this book is not the best book out there. But is it like a really fun book? Absolutely. And was it super addicting? Absolutely. I read like the whole trilogy in like 4 days. And now it's a series, so there's 5, but like those are fine too. But in this world there is caste, so like number 1, number 2, like caste 1, caste 2, like that's kind of your wealth and where you stand in society, and the government and the prince kind of hold this selection where he's trying to marry, where Prince Maxim's trying to get married, so his parents hold a selection for him, which he's not really thrilled about, but he goes along with it, and America gets chosen. It's about her journey through the selection and the people she meets. It's super fun, and there's a lot of drama. It's just like one of those books, and I really enjoyed it, so I'd recommend it. Next up here I have This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab, which this book is about monsters, and it really blurs the lines between good and evil. And it's about this girl and this boy, and not a romance this time. Kate, who wants to be as ruthless as her father, and August, who is a monster but is more human than most people, and it's about them coming together to fight together. And it's such a great book. It deals with monsters again. It's such a dark world. I love it so much. It's such a good book. I definitely suggest picking this one up. I have Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead, which is one that I thought I would absolutely hate because it sounds so cliche. It's about vampires at the school, and there's drama, and there's boys, and there's all these things going on, and there's different kinds of vampires. I was like, no, I'm not about that. I read it. I loved it. Surprisingly, I thought the characters were really well done. I thought the romance was really interesting, and I was just excited to continue. There's a lot going on, and I would definitely suggest it. I still haven't finished the series yet, but I would definitely recommend picking these up. If you've been hesitant because of like hype and stuff, just pick up book 1. If like the main character is kind of iffy sometimes, but like if you like book 1, you'll love the rest of the series, is what I've been told, and I have enjoyed the other books more. So I have A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas, which I read a super long time ago. Not super long time ago when it came out, but I feel like I've read it a super long time ago. I feel like it's been a while. But this book is a loose retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and it's about this girl named Feyre who is out hunting for her family, and she kills a fae, which she did not know it was a fae, and you're not supposed to kill fae, so she gets taken by this dude named Tamlin, the Beast, to the fairy realms, and it's about her there and all the shit that goes down, and it's about her, how fantasy books go, discovering who she is, blah blah blah. And it's just, they're good books. I surprisingly like them. I didn't think I would like them, but I love the writing. I love the tone of the books. I really like the characters. I like Feyre, and there's Tamlin, who I used to love, but now I'm like, get away. But yeah, I would definitely suggest picking this book up. And last but not least, I had to throw some Cassandra Clare in here. So we have Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. And this book is the first book in the Dark Artifices series. Julian Blackthorne and Emma Carstairs, and they are parabatai, so they are tied together. Basically, they're emotionally tied. They fight together. They're best friends. Yes, and it's about them dealing with all the things that go on. If you don't know about the Shadowhunter world, it's kind of hard to explain, but there's monsters and demons and all these things going on. I don't know how to explain it. It's such a great book. I'd highly recommend it. Yeah. So those were some of my fantasy recommendations. Again, this is not like a underhyped book recommendations or underrated book recommendations video, because none of these would be on it because they're all overhyped. It's a little bit, but in a good way, because I love them all. But let me know your thoughts down below on some fantasy books that you would suggest, and I'll see you all very soon with a new video. Bye!
He holds the gun against my head. I close my eyes and bang, I am dead. I know